Is Jaguar Wright psyops? Now, hey, we're going to make some disclaimers before we go any further. We sincerely hope that she's not like the rest of the people who are grifters, who are looking for their own little bag, and that what she's saying is of honest content. We really do hope that, because let's be honest, she has said some things that have been proven out, but that could mean one of two things. She's against it, or she's still pushing something in a different direction to have us distracted either way. We're going to run down some things and talk about it, but understand, again, the disclaimer is that we hope that she is not psyop and that she is indeed going for the betterment of the American people, having people open their eyes, see what's going on, and see the detriment that Hollywood and the entertainment industry has brought upon the American populace. So with that being said, we've heard multiple stories from her, everything from Diddy to Keith Sweat, Sidney Poitier, Denzel. Everybody is under scrutiny by Jaguar.
If Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons: money or sex. That's all that happens at Diddy parties. I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough. Remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston.
The question is, how is it that she is able to speak the way she's speaking and not end up in a casket? Many people who have said, I'm coming forward to talk about this person within a day, a week, sometimes at most a month, they're gone. Remember Isaac Cappy?
I'm not going to talk about Tom Hanks either, who is also a pedophile. Tom Hanks, folks, is a pedophile. I'm sorry if this is kind of bursting your bubble. All this information is new.
Talked about Tom Hanks. All of a sudden, he learned how to fly. It's kind of weird, but Jaguar's been walking around talking a whole lot of things between her and Cat Williams and Kanye. Now, Kanye, whole different ball of wax, cat of bags, crazy untamed cats in that bag as well. Can we see the same thing happening with Jaguar? Now, in an interview some time ago, she made some statements about Sidney Poitier. Now, in that interview, she didn't say a whole lot, but at the same time, she said some things that you didn't get fleshed out. And she's normally really good at fleshing out her things. When she brought up the information about Diddy, she went whole horse into this thing. And she went off details, dates, times, people, places. She went off, but not this one.
Sidney Poitier asked the people to buy into the system. See, money is nothing more than energy. It's it. It's energy.
Money, energy, didn't go into detail. You start to question some things. Now, again, I have to keep going back to the disclaimer because I know there are going to be people that say, but she's speaking the truth to power. Good. But understand this. We have seen before people speaking truth for a purpose, and it was not for helping others. It was to get something out of people. Jaguar does not come with a clean bill. While she's talking about the industry, herself was in it. Again, we hope that she's coming out of it to tell everybody all of the stuff, including things we may not like to hear about, like things with Sidney. However, as opposed to the other things she said, this one didn't seem very fleshed out at all. So we're going to put that particular bit of information under the category of that seems a little fishy, a little bit of a stretch. Not quite sure we can trust it. Are you running out of material to talk about? Granted, it was a question asked, but at the same time, if you know, in the past you've said you didn't on this one. Now, could it be that at this point, all the information on the things that people wanted out is now out? Could it be now the next phase that it's coming in that she's going to start saying some really off-the-wall things to discredit the things she said before? Could it be that the psyop portion of this, if there is one, is that you introduce the character stays, it does its job, and the character disappears? Whereas with some people, they admit that they're characters. Charleston White.
Is Charleston White a fictional character? Is it something you put on? Yeah, because nobody calls me Charleston White. Okay. Nobody in life calls me Charleston White. Charleston White is a fictional character.
Orlando Brown is a character and he can't break free. With the trifecta that these guys are, it leaves a lot of questions on the table. Not all questions, but a lot of questions, and more so around the things that we cannot seem to put our fingers on. If she is being forthcoming and all of this info is true, it is just a matter of time before you no longer see Jaguar Wright alive. She is spilling the beans on way too many people, in way too much detail, and way too often. It could be that she's 100% behind bringing down the entire structure that we have built around this idol worship type of idea. But we cannot, in all honesty, put our brains in park and not think that maybe, just maybe, she might be part of the entire thing. We can't call ourselves a critically thinking channel if we abandon that mindset and that thought process. Again, we are not saying that it is the truth. We're simply speculating based on things we have not fully believed from her. The biggest elephant in the room is, why is it that so many others who have come forward stating their case about things that they can prove have either been ostracized to indefinite suspension from the public light, they've gone absolutely crazy, they've been branded as mentally insane, or they end up dead? Charleston White's still around, Orlando Brown is still around, and so is Jaguar Wright. It kinda doesn't seem to fit the normal bill of people who expose Hollywood and the entertainment industry. Could she be an anomaly? Yes. Could she be kept around because she's crazy and they said she's nothing to worry about? Yes. Or could it be that they want to give people enough information to make them believe a character that they put in front of us, only to yank them back down and make us believe that none of the stuff they said was true, or it was all created, all fabricated? We have to go back to believing that Hollywood isn't all that bad. I really wish that we could get the full answer, but I don't know that we can. The only person that could answer any of these questions is Jaguar herself. Yeah, we have made our attempts to try and get a hold of her. We have. And not a whole lot of progress has been made. But if we do get through, it would be a great, great, great conversation, because we will ask the things that most people won't. Like, are you being honest? Like, what's the deal with everything you've been saying? How come you ain't dead yet? What's up with that? Can you elaborate on so, and this, and this? And we won't allow for the telegraphy of all this other stuff that happens in your life. Oh, yeah, this and no. Focus on the question, please. That's what we could do. We can only hope. But in the interim, use your eyes and your critical thinking skills. Take everything she said with a grain of salt and do your own research into it yourself. Because with taking information and just willy-nilly believing it, you end up in a really, really bad situation. So Jaguar, if you're watching, if you're listening, and you do have answers for us, please feel free to reach out to us. Because the questions we have for you, the only way we can get to the bottom is if you answer them.